talk now. This MMA, what we talking about? Yeah, you tuned into the pod now. Gonna be hard for you to stop now. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in.
Welcome back to another episode of Caged In. I'm your host, Chris DiCarlo. Got a very special guest making her return to the show. It's Amanda Ferreira. How are we doing today, Amanda?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I know you got a big fight coming up in a couple weeks over in Canada, so I'm glad you're able to, carve out a little bit of time, come on over and chop it up with me once again.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Of course, last time I talked to you was before your fight at Cage Titans 57. You ended that one with a spectacular finish, so we got to run it back and talk about that one before we get into Fight League or FLA9. So let's get into it a little bit. Cage Titans 57. You go in there, you get it done in the second round. TKO finish, amazing spinning back fist that it's been seen all over social media. Then you can finish it up with the ground and pound TKO. How did it feel, that night getting the W in that kind of fashion?
It was definitely crazy. I didn't expect it to finish the way it did. I definitely expected a dominant finish, but a spinning back fist wasn't something that I thought would happen, but I knew it was in my toolbox, so I knew I had it if I needed it. And she was coming in super aggressive, so I knew she came in with that lead inside kick. She kind of shrugged it off, and I was there. All right, I knew she was going to come in again hot, so I just planned it perfect, and it landed, and I just finished it up with the follow-up shots.
For sure. The beginning of the first round when the fight started, you threw a left high kick, ended up on your back for the majority of the first round. In that exchange, did the leg kick of Lindsay kind of trip you up, or what kind of happened in that exchange that kind of led to you ending up on bottom?
No, I honestly just slipped on my own 2 feet. I nullified all of our danger coming in. So that was something that we were definitely working on. Something that we wanted to improve upon, definitely. Even this camp, something that we've been working on, ground game, wall work. I want to be a better all-around fighter. So nullifying all the danger was a huge improvement for me from my fight in Chicago that I had. Not many people know about that fight. It's not even technically a fight anymore, but yeah, it was a huge improvement. I was way more confident. She really didn't get anything off, maybe 1, 2, 3 punches, but that was about it. Stood back up and finish it where I needed to.
Yeah, for sure. You got back up fairly quickly in the first. You landed some good left hands on her. And then she immediately, went back to closing the distance, trying to get you back to the ground. Was her grappling heavy approach something that you guys were planning for going into the fight?
Yeah, we knew she was going to come in hot and heavy. I saw her fight against Cassie Bedard. She took it on 2 weeks' notice. She actually replaced me. So we knew more than likely she was going to come out hot. We knew that she could always, play reserve. So we had a game plan any way it was going. But more than likely we knew she was coming out hot, and we just planned for that. We knew what we knew what we had to do.
Definitely. And in between rounds 1 and 2, looking back on the first round, going into the break, you got to assume you're down on the cards after 1. What was kind of the motivation in the corner? What was the game plan going back into round 2?
Stay back up, keep it on the feet, but we know if it goes to the ground, we got it. Just stay cool, calm, collected, and confident is where I had it. She took me down a big takedown right in front of Jake, but I was right there, 15 seconds left, no real need. When we know I'm already down on the cards, to stand back up. A stand up isn't really going to do much, so I nullified all the danger, just picked it back up in round 2 where we needed to.
For sure. And about 1 minute into round 2 is when you land that big spinning back fist, follow up ground and pound to get the TKO W. You mentioned how you felt after the W, but going into it, was the spinning attacks, was that something that you had in your arsenal beforehand, or is that something that just kind of came like, see your pants type deal?
Something we drilled. We always got something flashy. We always got something cool. It's not something we're going to bring out every fight. If we need it, it's there. It's always in our box, and we just keep adding to it.
Post fight, the clip did go, extremely viral on social media. It's been posted all over the place by several different outlets. What was that kind of like for you, kind of seeing your handiwork there and seeing your clip kind of blow up all over the internet and social media?
Yeah, it was definitely overwhelming. I don't really think I touched my phone for a couple of days and blown up. But it's not something that I want to ride my career off of. I think it's a big notch in my belt. I think it's a cool finish, a flashy finish, but that's done. It's over. That was a fight. It's gone. And I'm ready to move on to my next fight.
Let's get into it then. Fight League Atlantic 9. You know, you're taking on Charlene Barkhouse, who is 1-0 fellow or a Canadian national over there, where you are traveling to in a couple weeks. How did this fight kind of come about? You know, it is a fight over in Canada for a Canadian Fight League. You know, how did this offer come across the table for you?
They hit me up while I was in camp for Lindsay, actually. So this was kind of a fight well into the making. Then they asked me to fight in February. I think it was like a couple of days after Jake had fought. So obviously I'm not messing with Jake's camp. That's Jake's fight. So we went, and I think they wanted it at 130, which my nutritionist came back and said there's no way she's making 130. So we pushed it out a little bit farther, and we're making the 133 to 134. So it was just something that was always kind of in the realm. And then once I finished that fight, you know, I told them, hey, like, I'll definitely take it. But I have a fight in front of me. That's what I'm going to focus on. Whenever this fight's finished, go ahead and hit me up and we can talk more about it and see if it's something that we can take.
Definitely, definitely. And you know, you are traveling up to Nova Scotia for this one in Canada. When do you guys leave for the trip, and who's making the trip with you up there?
Yeah, we leave next Thursday. I got a little bit of a crew coming with me. I got Jake, obviously, Mel. I have Nate Lamont. I have Reza coming, and then a few other of my friends coming. They're gonna make the trip up, and we're just gonna handle business up there in our
There you
hometown.
go. Of course, of course. You did mention that this is Charlene Barkhouse's kind of backyard.
Yep.
Canadian native. You know, you're making the trip. You're going to be the road fighter on this one. How do you mentally prepare for something like that? You know, fighting in a different country. Never mind, let alone like, you know, normally some people on the regional scene you're fighting in a different state, and that's kind of taunting. But now you're going to a whole different country, and fighting in this girl's backyard, like we said. How do you mentally prepare for that? And what are you looking forward to the most in this fight?
I'm just looking to put on another dominant performance. Traveling isn't really something that bothers me. I traveled to go fight Olivia. I fought her in Chicago in her own backyard. I fought Lindsay kind of not really in my backyard, but I know enough people that made the trip down. I sold a bunch of tickets, and now I'm going to somebody else's backyard. I know the fans are going to go crazy for her, but it's going to be rough when I take home that W, and I'm going to make sure I secure it. And that's all it is. I'm not really worried about the crowd. I'm not worried about going to her hometown. I'm going to write my own story and make sure I finish it.
For sure. I love that. What do you know about Charlene's game overall? Have you seen, I know she only has one amateur fight so far, but what do you know about her game overall, and how do how do you feel about this matchup for you specifically?
Yeah, I know she's a grappler. She's a BJJ brown belt. We kind of know where she wants to keep it, but I'm ready for it to go anywhere. I'm ready for it to keep it standing. I'm ready for her to make that wall work, or I'm ready for her to take it to the ground. We've left no page unturned, and we're going to make it happen.
For sure. I was gonna say, you know, her one fight is via submission win in the second round. So is that something that you've kind of put an emphasis on specifically for this camp, knowing that she is like a touted BJJ player as well?
I don't think it's something that I know it's something that we needed to work, but we've made it in all angles. We didn't slack on striking or Muay Thai or kickboxing. We've dominated everywhere: striking, Muay Thai, cage work, groundwork, really anything, anywhere it's taken. We've been there, and we've been in the bad positions.
For sure. And how has camp been for you overall for this fight camp? Is everything business as usual? Same camp, same people in the room, or have you changed anything up for this one?
Same camp. I think the only person that I've added from my camp, Lindsay, is Sean Graham. Just great coach. But yeah, I came in with a fight on my back when I entered Guerrilla Crew. So I only had 6 weeks. So we did what we did with that camp. But now I have a full legitimate 13-week fight camp behind me. Sean Graham, Jake Pilla, really Ivan Sanchez is huge. I have girls in the room. I have Mel, I have Amber. It's really everywhere. Everybody's been jumping in, giving me rounds. Everybody in my team's giving me rounds. No matter if they're brand new or they've been here for a while, or they're a rookie or they're a vet, they've been giving me that work.
For sure, you guys are building a hell of a team over there. You know, if anybody has been following along with, you know, the team on social media, you guys are always staying active. You know, definitely becoming a strong, close knit group over there, and it's cool to watch from afar to see the success that you guys are having for sure.
Yeah, it's awesome. We definitely, I think I had a fight, won that fight. Mel won her fight. Jake won his fights. You know, he's undefeated. He's gonna get back in there soon. So we plan on taking over 2023 and letting everybody know who Guerrilla Crew is.
For sure. And when you go up there to Nova Scotia and you see this fight with Charlene, how do you kind of envision it going for you? And how do you see yourself getting your hand raised? Do you have any type of prediction or feeling on how you feel this one's going to end?
Just dominant. It can go to the first, it can go to the second, it can go to the third. As long as it's dominant, I don't care where it finishes, on the feet, on the ground, on the wall, anywhere it goes, I'm ready. And as long as it's a dominant performance, I'll be happy.
And what can the fans over in Nova Scotia expect from Amanda Ferreira once that cage door closes?
Everything that everybody's wanted, I think there's all eyes on me because of what I did against Lindsay. I don't need another flashy knockout. I don't need anything cool to happen. I just want to come out and I want to put on a dominant performance. Flashy knockouts aren't going to define my career or define who I am. But the consistent winning and consistently leveling up and becoming a better fighter and becoming a well-rounded fighter is where everybody's going to see the improvements, and that's where it's going to take me to the top.
Hell yeah, I love to hear that. Are you guys planning on spending any extra time up there in Canada, or is it kind of just get in, get out?
No, we're going up there. We're going to stay a little bit. We're going to explore a little bit. Business as usual is first, but then we're going to go get some drinks, tour Canada, and see what they're made out of. So
There you go. You ever been up there before, or is this your first time?
no, I don't know if anyone from our crew. I
There
don't
you go.
think really has. So we're all going up there. We'll figure it out. We'll
Yeah.
find some.
I'm sure you guys are gonna get into some mischief for sure. It probably sounds like it's gonna be a good trip especially once you go in there, you get the W, and then
Yeah,
it's all
yeah.
fun after that for sure.
It's all fun and games after that. If we call you, just be at the border. So all
Yeah, yeah, I'll make sure I have my phone
right, cool.
on speed dial for you for sure.
Thank you.
I appreciate the time as always. Before I get you out of here, I always like to wrap up with some fun questions, and then I'll let you go, get back to what you gotta do.
Yeah.
All right. I saw on your social media that you were taking walkout song suggestions. Did you settle on anything? And do you have a walkout song picked out yet?
I do. I always tend to stay with Meek. So Meek's coming out once again, Philadelphia. I'm not too old of a Meek, but it's a 2018 classic Meek. So it's definitely gonna be bumping in there.
There you go
I
for sure. Can't go wrong with Meek ever in a walkout.
Yeah, we'll see if Canada knows Meek. I'll,
I mean they're not like a third world country or anything. I'm pretty sure they know who.
they might, but they're like different up there. Like I was talking to the promoters, like because this licensing was hard, and I couldn't put my address in because there was no like United States address you could put in. So like it was like a whole thing, but we got it figured out. And they were asking, they were like, "Yeah, Meek." I was like, "Yeah, yeah." Like I was like, "We gotta kind of like find a clean version because they only allow clean songs." So
Right.
that, and then like the sneakerhead thing is a different thing because I always come out with a nice set of sneakers.
Mhm.
But yeah, they seemed like they didn't like get it, but I'm sure they know who Meek is. But we'll see if it's something they come out to a lot, or see if they hear it a lot, I guess.
For sure. We'll see if Nova Scotia can hold it down for you at fight night. Do you have a favorite movie? Anything in particular? Or
I
a
do.
favorite or a TV show if you're more of a TV show person?
Oh God, I think I'm outing myself again. I think we talked about this last time, but my favorite movie's The Town,
Mm.
and then my favorite show is My 600-Pound Life. I
Oh
don't know
yeah.
why. I've literally seen every single episode. I watch it during fight camp, and it's like, oh yeah, I don't need to eat anymore. Like I'll just stick to my chicken and broccoli, chicken and veggies, whatever Trish is sending me. I'm dedicated in that way anyway. But like seeing that, it's like, all right, good. I'm good. I'll
For
be good.
sure. I hear you. I hear you. And you are traveling for this fight over to Canada, so I got to ask, do you have a dream travel destination?
For a fight or just like to
Just in
travel?
general, like a little vacation. Any dream places that you like to go to?
Um, I think I want to go like somewhere, anywhere really tropical, but like for like a fight destination, it's definitely Thailand. They're on a different level over there. But yeah, definitely Thailand. I know we're trying to make it happen. As a whole, we're trying to get the crew out there. Um, Thailand's definitely number one on the list.
For sure, for sure. All right, Amanda, I'm all done with my questions. I got no more hard-hitting questions left for you. So I appreciate the time as always. Hopefully we'll get to chop it up again after the fight. Go out to
Yep.
Canada, show out, do your thing, get that W. And we'll be talking to you soon. Before I get you out of here, of course, most important, anything that you want to shout out, any people you want to give your thanks to before I get you out of here.
Yeah, of course. Always my number one's Raiden. He's got to be with me. He knows all about the weight cut, so like he saw me like grab a snack and he didn't know who it was for, and he was like, "Mommy, you're cutting weight." But so it's cute and it's different to see him like grow up and grow around it. And he loves everybody here, all my sponsors, all my teammates, all my coaches, especially Jake. They've definitely pushed me to a different level this fight camp, and I'm excited to put on all the hard work and show them everything that they taught me. It just doesn't go to waste. I'm here, and it's definitely being retained, and it's going to be put to good use.
Hell yeah. Love to hear it, Amanda. All right. Well, thank you once again. Thanks for taking the time. Go up like I said, go up to Canada, get that W. Enjoy yourself while you're out there too. Make sure you soak it in. This might be the only time you go to Canada, because like I'm sure it's not a gold destination every time. So go enjoy it while you can, and get that W for sure. Go handle business.
I will for sure.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Got down for the count and he can't even talk now. This MMA, what we talking about? Yeah, you tuned into the pod now. Gonna be hard for you to stop now. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in.